Hello, everybody. Mr. Carini here. Welcome to AP Lit. It's back to school night, and basically, I thought it was a very good idea not to do a Zoom meeting. I just got out of a Zoom meeting where I had a Zoom bomber, and it was just not a good idea to have that with a bunch of parents. Also, we've all experienced Wi Fi problems. Zoom goes in and out, kicks people out. Then I have to repeat myself. I thought a video would be best. However, if you have any specific questions, you can always ask me at my email, pcarini@nhusd.k12.ca.us. I will, during 6 and 8 today, I will definitely be on the lookout for those. Any other time, I'll probably get back to you within about 12 hours, maybe a little more. So, what does your kid have to look forward to when it comes to the reading? Well, we're going to be reading great works of literature, such as Like Water for Chocolate by Laura Esquivel. We're going to be reading Othello by William Shakespeare. We'll get to Chronicle of Death Foretold by Gabriel Garcia Marquez. Maybe Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde, or maybe Metamorphosis, maybe both. Most likely One Flew Over the Cuckoo's Nest, maybe 1984, we're not sure, but certainly lots of poetry and lots of short stories. Hey, I've put myself amongst some of the great writers of our time right here. Excellent. So they're going to be doing a lot of writing, lots of timed essays, a lot of timed essays. We are going to be going over the college essays, one college essay, I should say, and narratives, but for the most part, we'll be working towards the AP Literature exam, which they're timed essays on poetry, prose, and longer fiction. We're also going to be working a little bit of grammar, not a ton. By this point, seniors don't need to understand a lot of grammar, although a lot of seniors get commas wrong. A lot of adults do as well. We're going to shoot for more elaborate syntax and more vivid diction, and we certainly are going to learn a lot of literary devices. We've already learned quite a many poetic literary devices. Ask your kid, he or she will tell you. And of course, we're in a virtual world. It's not the ideal place for learning, but it is what it is. We have to work with it. So I asked the kids, I said, what sort of norms do we need? I asked, what should students do in the classroom to ensure success? Well, they gave me all sorts of things. And they talked about unmuting your microphone in breakout groups, turning on your video, talking to classmates when appropriate, contributing in breakout rooms. Very, very, find a quiet area. That's tough to do. Trust me, I live with a lot of people in this house, and maybe someone will interrupt this video that I'm doing right now. It's tough to find a quiet area. Outside the classroom, these are, by the way, these are your kids coming up with these ideas. Building community, balancing personal life and academics. That's a tough one these days, but it's a good one. Balancing school life and personal life, eating healthy, getting sleep, doing the homework, time management. These are these are very intelligent kids you have. You've raised them well. And I asked them, what can teachers do to help? I have all sorts of ideas. Treating people equally, being understanding of student circumstances. Now, the thing is, I can't understand a student's circumstance if I never get told. So if there are special circumstances I should know about, please, please, please let me know beforehand rather than after the fact. A lot of people, a lot of kids come up to me at the end of the semester and they say, Mr. Carini, how do I get my grades up? And I'll say things like, well, you could study more. You can do the reading when you're supposed to do the reading. You can ask me for help. And they'll say, besides that, no, that's it. That's what you can do. But I have these problems. And they told me it like 2 weeks before the semester's over. If there are any special circumstances, let me know. Allow students the chance to ask questions. I invite students to ask questions. Emphasize important dates. I got to admit that this one is not my forte, uh, emphasizing important dates, but I got to do that more often. I got to work my on my deficiencies, my weaknesses, and this is one of them. I should have some sort of calendar. Um, be open minded. Everyone entitled to their own opinions. Matter of fact, I very much have stressed that in this class, especially in this class. This is an interpretation class, so it's open to a lot of the poetry is open up to different points of view. So we will be working with Canvas, and this was a last minute change that was sprung upon us. So don't be surprised if some of the other teachers are still using Google Classroom. They're getting used to it. I'm pretty much used to Canvas by now. I've only been using it for about a month, but I kind of got the hang of it, and I'm not married to Google Classroom. So what things do you have to know about Canvas? Well, let's get over to Canvas to find out right here. So a couple of things they should know is that at the top are the last two announcements that were made. Sometimes it's just something from the librarian or from the principal, or maybe it's a how-to. I have a 2-minute video on how to turn in a Google Docs assignment in Canvas. If they want to see previous announcements, well, they're all here, and they are in order. The oldest one at the bottom, the most previous, the most recent up top, I should say. However, in modules, this is where a kid goes most often is modules. Instead of down to up, it's up to down, where they should start this here and work their way down. The reason why they should start here and work their way down is because sometimes there will be a video that teaches them how to do something. There will be instructions of some sort teaching them how to do something. You notice, though, which ones are the assignments because they have little points right here. They might look like this, where they have an assignment, or it might look like this, a discussion board. It wasn't worth a lot of points, but a lot of kids, a lot of students in college, when they take an online class, college professors love discussion boards. So I do a few of them to get them used to it. Basically, I did one just basically saying their biggest pet peeve. This was done to get kids more just used to what a discussion board was. We did another one later on regarding a poem. So I listed my pet peeve, my biggest one, and why I hate it so much. Others listed theirs, and they got responses from other kids in the room. So not only did we have the pet peeves, but we also had responses to the pet peeves, and we've got ourselves one big old long discussion. That's communication, ladies and gentlemen. So in any way, this may be one of the things that I have your kids do in class. They can see their grades by clicking on here. I am not going to click on here because if I click on here, it will show you everybody's grades in the classroom. We don't want to do that. If they have like a number 1 or a number 2 right about here, that means there's something new has been graded. So when they see, this is my view, I'm going to go to students' view right here. They'll see this, to do. These are the things they haven't done yet. When I haven't done any of these as a student, so it says, hey, you have a lot of work to do here. Me personally, when I'm in my regular teacher mode, it'll tell me what I haven't graded yet. In student mode, if there's a megaphone right here, it's an announcement that they haven't looked at. If it's the text windows right here, means there's a discussion board. If it's a paper and a pencil, it means it's an assignment they didn't do. So what does that mean to you? Well, it turns out that I can actually pair you with your student. All you have to do is email me and say, Mr. Carini, I want to be paired with my student. I don't know what you're going to see. I don't know if you're only going to see their grades or if you get to see all of this. You get to see the assignments and the discussions and stuff. I hope it's everything. I hope that once I pair you with my student, your student, you see more than just what they did and what they didn't do. I hope you see the entire thing. Anyway, so send me an email if you want to be paired with your student on Canvas. I say your student because even though they're my student as well, you're the parent, you're the primary teacher of this student. Anyway, that's it. Any questions? Email me. I'm going to be monitoring my email tonight between 6 p.m. and 8 p.m. very vigilantly, but I always respond to email within 24 hours, maybe sooner. Any specific questions, let me know. If there's anyone that wants to have a one-on-one chat with me in a Zoom room, that's totally possible too. Let me know.